Okay, welcome to video 4, and this is when it's going to get really exciting because we are going to set up our ads and we're going to start seeing traffic almost immediately, which is really, really exciting. So what we're going to do is in Facebook, we're going to click on this little wheel over here in the far top right-hand corner, and we're going to click on Create Ads, and then you'll see a list of the different fan pages that you have. I want to click on SpongeBob SquarePants fans for this example. So you should see your Facebook fan page up here as the Facebook destination URL. So it's then going to go to what would you like to do. We want to leave this as is because our goal with the advertisement is simply to get as many page likes as possible. And the reason we want that is because when someone likes our page, then anytime we post, they're going to see it on their Facebook fan page. So it's almost like the equivalence of having like a subscriber on your email list. It's really, really powerful. So they're going to be your Facebook fan for life, essentially. They literally have to go back and unlike you, which is most people aren't going to do, especially if you're giving good images and fun content and whatnot. What we're basically trying to do is build a list, if you will, build a following on Facebook. We're going to do that via more page likes. So then what we want to do is we want to click the, create the image ads. So if you've ever seen on Facebook, let me show you what it looks like. You've probably seen these ads. They're in the right-hand corner on your normal Facebook. It's not showing right now because I'm in the ad platform, but this is what it's going to look like. And if I can hammer home anything that on this video, it's images are everything. The images are going to be the thing that gets you the highest click-through rate. And what I mean by that is, what our goal is to get as many people, obviously, to click on our ads and like them as possible. And so the way we really get people's attention and get people to like our ads is through very colorful, eye-catching images, because you'll see the text that I'm going to give you to show you to use is extremely simple. There's nothing really fancy about it, but it works. So it's really the image that's going to set you apart on with these ads. So Facebook allows us to load up 6 different images, and that's what we want to do. We want to upload 6 images. So we're going to click on, let's see here. We're going to click on, I've got, 2 SpongeBob. See if I can, no, I got to do it one at a time here. And I'll show you these different images I found, and I'll show you why I came to pick these specific images. Let me see here. Let's just go ahead and add these. Might have actually missed one here, but let's see here. Let's see, 4. We'll just do SpongeBob 5. SpongeBob adds 6. Okay. Let me see here. Make sure I did that right. SpongeBob adds 6. Okay, so this is going to add these images. Takes a second. Let me hop over here to, and I think I added this one twice. That's okay, though. Let's go ahead and just, for the heck of it, we'll just, we'll do this one. But over here at Google Images, what I'm looking for, specifically, it's kind of the same thing I'm looking for when I'm choosing images for my post, but it's almost even more important to stand out in your ads. So I'm looking for very colorful, very in-your-face images. Like this one right here I like a lot because it's got the rainbow. It's going to, what you're looking to do is you're looking to really stand out against this white and blue. This is what you're competing against. Plus, you're competing against the other ads and all the other stuff that might be going on in their timeline. So you really, they're not going to give you, they give you a little box here. And so you really, really want to stand out. You'll see I use this one too because I've noticed something. I've gotten really good results on like up close images. So, this one's a little smaller, but it works pretty well because I think it's got the colors. But this one's going to do really, really well. I know it, based on all the things I've done before, is because it's just kind of in your face and it really stands out. So once you've added your 6 images, you're then going to go down here and you're going to create your ad. And it's really, really simple. All you're going to do is put love, and then whatever the topic is. So I put SpongeBob, ? Okay? That's all I do. Love, SpongeBob, love, Simpsons, Justin Bieber, Michael Jackson, whatever it may be, love, and then the question mark. And then you put then, and then in quotes, and in all caps, you put like us. Now you'll notice I capitalize the first letter of every word, and then I all caps this because it really stands out more on the page. I've tested this a lot, and just trust me when I say stick to this method right here. So your ads are good to go here. A couple of things to do before you move on to the next step is it'll pre-check this sponsored stories. We don't want to do sponsored stories. They typically are a little more expensive, and I want to keep this method as simple as possible for you, and as inexpensive either. Then we're also going to go to show advanced options, and all we really want our ad placement to be is in the right column. We don't want to be in the news feed. So we're going to click off the news feed. So you should only see, this should be checked off, and this should not be checked. So literally, we just want right column. So we've got 6 different ads. It's going to be the same ad copy. It's going to say love SpongeBob, don't like us, but it's going to use 6 different images. So I'm going to constantly be trying to find an image that'll outperform, whatever I've got going on now. Because what's going to happen is Facebook is going to reward me for a higher click-through rate, which means, if this image gets shown 100 times and gets clicked twice, and this image is shown 100 times and gets clicked 5 times, they're going to charge me about half the price for those clicks on this one, because you got to realize they want people to click on it, because when they click, people are more engaged, they're going to stay on Facebook, they're going to see more advertisements. So they're rewarding you for saying, hey, thanks for creating an ad that people are clicking on. So, what we're looking to do, and we'll get into that here in just a little bit as far as what we're looking for, but, make sure that, we're always looking to get that click-through rate higher. So next we want to create our audience. Now, for this example, I'm just going to use United States. You could add, I typically stick to, United States, Australia, United Kingdom, sort of first world English-speaking countries, mainly because, remember in the end, I'm trying to monetize this, and so typically I just see the best results as far as people spending money and making me commissions through those countries. But for this example, I'm just going to use United States. Okay, and then we're going to go to the age. Now, I highly recommend at least being minimum 18, because remember, our goal is to make money with these Facebook fan pages. And typically, most people under 18 don't have a lot of money, or they got to ask their parents or whatnot. I actually usually do 18, or I do 21. But you can do 18. I mean, I've done 18, more times than not. But sometimes if you want to be on the safe side, you can do 21 as well. So far, I've just said I want to essentially advertise to anybody in the United States that's 18 or above. And you can see it's 170 million people. But I'm not really trying to necessarily advertise to those people. I want to advertise to people that are interested in SpongeBob SquarePants. So I'm going to go to precise interest, and I'm going to enter SpongeBob SquarePants, and you'll see the audience 67,800,000. Sometimes it differs when it loads up here. You'll see it says 9,400,000. But I'm going to target 9,400,000 people. That's a lot of people. But the beauty is, these are people that have already liked SpongeBob before. So, there's no guessing here. I know that they're going to like SpongeBob, so that when they see my ad, they're more likely to click on my ad, which is going to lead to very inexpensive advertising, because Facebook's going to say, hey, you create an ad that these people like, because it's only going to show to people that liked SpongeBob SquarePants. Okay? And the rest we're just going to leave as is. And we're not going to mess with any of this stuff, because unless we're in the dating niche, we don't really care what somebody's relationship status is. people that are interested, in the end, we got to remember we're promoting Income EDU, and so we want to, anybody that's single or relationship, married, engaged, it doesn't matter, that they're going to find this interesting. So we're going to scroll all the way down here, and you're going to see the campaign budget per day is $10. Now, what I highly suggest is that you set it at $1 per day. That is the minimum you can set it at. And let me explain why I do this. Because here's the thing: is I set it at $1. Some campaigns I set at $2.50, $5. It really depends. If you want to get there quicker, sure, spend a little bit more money. But for those of you who might have a tighter budget, do $1 per day, and just think about there's something in your day I'm sure that you can cut out that you have currently going on for $1, because this dollar is going to really bring you a huge return. So what I do is I say I'm spending $1 a day, and the moment that I am making more than $1 per day promoting Income EDU, I'm going to scale it as high as possible, because once I know that even if I make $1.10 every day, that okay, then if I go spend $10 a day, I'm going to make $11. I'm making 10%. If I spend $1 and I realize that I'm making $5 a day, well, heck, if I go spend $50 a day, then I'm gonna make $250, because it's 5 times. You see, I hope you understand what I'm getting at. This way I can easily measure, because my goal is to make more than $1 per day and then scale. Once I know I'm making more than $1 per day, then I say spend as much as you can possibly spend. And what I would highly suggest you doing is, after you get to that point when you make more than $1 a day, and let's say, you can spend $5 a day. When you get your commissions from Income EDU, you take that back, and as much as you might want to go run out and spend on something that would be fun and whatnot, I highly suggest for the first little while, take it back and reinvest it back into these Facebook ads and scale it up. So then all of a sudden, you're spending $10 a day, because you already know that for every dollar you make, you're going to make $2, $5, whatever it may be, and without a doubt that you're going to double, triple, whatever your money. So why would you not take that money, reinvest it back into this? And, we'll get into all that later as far as the details of that. But just start with $1 a day. I highly suggest you do that. Keep it really safe. Everything else, we want to just leave as is. We want to run my campaign continuously starting today. Optimization, your bid will be optimized to get more likes on your page. That's what we want. Remember, the goal is through the advertising platform is to get as many likes as humanly possible, and then we're going to take that and get those likes and turn those into commissions, which we are about to get into in the next couple videos, and we're going to start making some money. So let me go ahead and click on place order, because I've got to place my order for the ad, because Facebook has to approve my ad. So I'm going to click on continue, and you'll see here. There's my 6 ads that are set up. You can see, like, here's one image, here's another image. So there's 6 different ads, and you'll see right now the status has this little clock that says pending review. As soon as it's approved, which sometimes it can be a few minutes, it's going to have a green check mark next to it, which means it's live, and it's showing to those people, those 9,400,000 people. And it says this ad targets 800,000 people. It's probably somewhere between 8 and 10 million people. Facebook's not exactly exact because it's changing all the time. So that's how you set up the ad. And then what we're going to do is we're going to watch and see which one. Really, the stat all we care about is our costs per page like. All we care about is getting the cheapest amount of page likes as possible, which means, my goal is usually to get it below 3 cents or below. So if let's say I get it a 1 cent cost per page like, which means if I'm spending $1 a day, that means I'm going to get 100 new likes a day, which means, at the end of a month, I'm going to have 3,000 fans. So 3,000 fans, you can start making some money. And then obviously, like I said, we take what we make back and we reinvest it. But, we're really we're going to test all these ads against each other. And you know, I'm going to show you once it's actually approved of how we actually go about testing this, you know, these ads. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video for just a second and wait for Facebook to approve the ads, and then I'm going to show you how I go about running the ads and diving into that. So we'll be right back. Like a minute later, and you'll see all but one of my ads has been approved. That one will be approved probably in the next few seconds or so if I hit refresh. So this is what we want to do. With our ads, we want to test one ad at a time. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause all but this top one, and I'll explain why I do this. So what Facebook's going to do is if I just let them all run at the same time, if one starts to outperform the rest, it's going to just start only showing that one ad, which is great, except for the fact that we really need to make sure that each ad sort of has their fair chance. And what I mean by their fair chance is I typically want the ad reach to be 10,000 before I, you know, move on to the next ad. So what I'm going to do, what that means is, that means that 10,000, you know, the ad's been showed 10,000 times, okay? So what's going to happen is this ad's going to be shown 10,000 times, and then I'm going to pause this one. So I pause this one, and then I'm going to run this one. And I'm going to let this one run 10,000 times. And I'm going to rinse and repeat. Now, look, at $1 per day, this process might take you a week or two. It's not going to happen overnight. But, you know, you want to check once a day, go in and see where your ad's at. And once you've seen that this has hit 10,000, maybe you log in and it's accidentally, you know, gone to 11,000. That's not a big deal. But let one at a time, let each of these hit 10,000 ad reach. Then what you want to do is, once you've you know, seen the one that cost the least, you want to run with that one. You want to run with that one. That's the one you want to run with. If you can get one 3 cents or below, you're good to go. If you don't find one that's, you know, 3 cents or below, go grab, you know, 6 new images and do it again. But more than likely, out of 6, if you really find images that are eye-catching, you're going to find something that's less than 3 cents. So, you know, go ahead and, you know, start with the first one. Let's see if I hit refresh, if this other one has been approved yet. Yeah, so see, this is the one. It's active, so we want to make sure that's paused. That's my point, is literally in real time, you just saw how the last one was improved. It does not take very long at all, typically, because, you know, this is what Facebook wants. You're targeting people that like SpongeBob SquarePants or whatever the topic is. So I'm going to let this one run, you know, for 10,000. And then once that's done, I'm going to pause and move and let this one to 10,000. And then run all 6. And then at the end, figure out which one is costing you the least amount per page like. That's all I care about, is the cost per page like. And that's determined usually on whichever one has your highest click-through rate. But really, this is the only column that I look at, is the cost per page like. That's all I care about. I just want the most amount of clicks for every dollar. The most amount of page likes per dollar I spend. And so, you know, give each one, and like I said, it might take a little bit to get 10,000 on each of these, but once it's hit 10,000, move on to the next one until you've done that for all 6 images. And then if you found one that's, you know, less than 3 cents, run with it and, you know, scale it up. So that's how we set up the ad. It's pretty simple. Next, we're going to get on to, you know, starting to post on our page and monetizing our Facebook page, which is the really exciting part, how we're actually going to start making money with our Facebook fan page. Okay, so I'll see you in the next video.